Hello, guys. Miss Tracy here with Amazing Facts and Finds. I am doing this with Miss Madeline. We've had some issues today on doing this. She's been very patient, and this goes along with her story about the man at the waters that had been sick for 38 years, and then Jesus asked him if he wanted to be well. So Miss Madeline and I talked about our lessons, and it got me to thinking about miracles and blessings. And I had kind of always used them interchangeably, but they're really not the same thing. A blessing can be a miracle can be a blessing, but a blessing is not a miracle in my mind. And I'll go with that. I'll explain to you what I'm thinking. So what happened to, okay. In a miracle, the definition of it is a surprising and welcome event that is not explicable or explainable by natural or scientific laws, and is therefore, because it can't be explained by science or nature, it's considered to be the work of a divine agency. We call that divine agency God. You know, science can't explain it. It can't explain the nature. It goes beyond that. It has to be the work of something bigger. And we know there is somebody bigger, and that is our God. So that's a miracle. And here are some, and I love this Bible verse because it just means a lot to me. It's kind of puts it in perspective. Jeremiah 32:27. Jeremiah is in the Old Testament. And it says, I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? And we know, no, nothing is too hard for God. He can do anything, anytime he wants. So he is God. His ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our ways. Okay. So why aren't you moving? Oh, thank you. Some miracles. I just went in and pulled some quick miracles from the Bible, just kind of as a reminder. Creation. God spoke the world into being. He spoke and created the heavens and the earth. He spoke and created day and night. He created man. He created the animals. That was a miracle. The flood, when he flooded the world during the time of Noah, that was a miracle. They had never seen rain before. You know, here poor Noah was out building a boat for 90 years and people were making fun of him, but God told him to do it and Noah minded and he obeyed. And I'm not going to go through all of these, but just some. Daniel in the lion's den, when the king was tricked into condemning Daniel to be thrown to the hungry lions, and God closed their mouths and they didn't eat him. But they ate the men that the king threw in there afterwards, the men that had set Daniel up. They were hungry. God just didn't allow them to eat Daniel. That was a miracle. When Jesus turned the water into wine, his first miracle, his mother asked him to help at the wedding. And he took these 7 jars of water and created the best wine they had had. When Jesus walked on the water, that is not possible by science. And you get the idea. Jesus' resurrection is the biggest one that we know of, right? Let's see. Jesus is killed on the cross, and 3 days later he's raised from the dead, and he lives forever. He never dies again. Other people have been raised from the dead. The Shunammite woman's son, Lazarus, but they died again. Jesus never died again. Okay, so what's the difference of a blessing? A blessing is God's favor and protection, or somebody else's. A blessing is a beneficial thing, or something nice or beneficial or benefits somebody that you do for which you're grateful, something that brings well-being. So I can bless somebody. I can go, oh, I'm going to bring food and help these people and be a blessing during, time of sickness or whatever. But that's not a miracle. I can do that. So to me, that's a distinguishing factor between blessing and miracle. Only God can do miracles, but we can bless other people and God bless us. So we can do that. And I like this Bible verse. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord. Because God tells us when we seek him, we will find him. If we ask, he will give to us, as long as it comes along with aligns with what he's doing. He's not Santa Claus. But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord. Blessings in the Bible. just all kinds of blessings that people helped each other and did things. When Rahab helped the spies, she didn't do a miracle. She blessed them. She helped them. She fed them. She hid them. Okay, so these are some Bible verses that I think explain how God blesses us. Fear not, for I am with you. That's a blessing. Don't have fear. I'm going to bless you with peace. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed or upset or worried, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I mean, God blesses us with peace that when we believe in Him and we understand that He's everywhere and always watching and has our best interest at heart, even in hard times, we know that God is with us and watching over us and has a good plan for us. That's a blessing. Can He do a miracle in these times? Absolutely. Well, does He always do a miracle? No, but He always blesses us with His presence, that He's with us. James 1:17, this is in the New Testament. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow. God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He's always going to be the same. And He blesses us with good gifts. Sometimes He asks us to work on His behalf and bless other people. And I've had situations where I felt that, where I just had that small, still voice tell me, you need to do this. You need to give that couple over there $40. They need the money. And I did it. And they were like, oh. And I've had people, friends of mine, tell me stories of them like needing things and the people showing up and just giving it to them and saying, I don't know, I was just told to do it. So God uses us to bless other people. So when you hear that small voice, you need to perk your ears up and do it, because God will give you that wonderful feeling of, I'm proud of you and I'm happy with you. Are there miracles today? I absolutely believe there are miracles today. Some people don't think there are. I believe there are. I will tell you one story. My daughter was flying to Texas and she met a lady on the plane, and this lady is still a friend of ours today, but she told Melanie a story about how her husband had cancer and it was bad. And their church was praying and praying and praying. And he had said if it was stage 4, which is not good, he wasn't going to have surgery. Well, for some reason, he didn't know it was stage 4. And the doctors, when they went in, they said the cancer just peeled off his arteries just like nothing they had ever seen before. They even documented it, that this was something they didn't know, they didn't understand, they couldn't explain. That's what a miracle is. Something beyond science and nature that we can't explain. And this man's still alive today, and that was in 2015. And he was really sick. But prayers, that cancer just peeled away. It's a really interesting story to hear. And that happens. You start looking on the internet, you will find stories that you're like, how did that happen? And you have to go, I know. It's above science. It's above nature. It had to be God. So, yes, I believe there are miracles today. Yes. There's all kinds of miracles in the Bible. And one way we get in touch with God and we understand and we look for these things is to read His word, to understand Him. And each time you read it, new things are shown to you. It says that it can discern, you every time you read it, you'll see it with new eyes. It's pretty amazing. So, it all comes down, it all boils down to your faith. There's miracles, there's blessings, they're there, but you have to look for them and you have to see them. And this is one of my favorite things. I love Hebrews. I love Romans too. But Hebrews has some really, really solid stuff for us. But I like this. And here's how I grew up learning it. Faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not know. And so this is kind of a fancier way of saying that. Now, faith is the assurance of what we hope for and the certainty of what we do not see. And they said that's why the ancients were commended. And then there's a list of people, that God credits with righteousness for believing in Him. And so, and then the other part of this that I really like is Faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. And then it skips a couple of verses. And it says, without faith, without this belief of what you're certain of, it's impossible to please God, because anyone who approaches him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. And I like this. I found this little picture in Mark 9:23. The Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Mark is the second one of the New Testament. Everything is possible for him who believes. So God keeps telling us, I'm here, I'm with you, I'm for you, I will protect you, but you have to believe in me and you have to do your part. Like that man in the story had laid on that sick bed for 38 years. And when Jesus said, don't you want to be well? He goes, well, I've been here, I don't have anybody to put me in the water. I'm always beat to the water. We kind of have to do our step. We have to seek God. We have to try. We have to believe. We have to have faith. So God's there waiting for you, but you got to do your part. And I think the best story in the Bible to really illustrate that is Peter. When Jesus came walking on the water and the apostles were all afraid, they thought it was a ghost. And Jesus said, it's me, fear not, it's I. And Peter said, if it's you, tell me to come to you. And Jesus said, come. What did Peter have to do? He had to get out of the boat. Jesus said, come, but Peter had to do his part and get out of the boat. And that's kind of like how it all works. Without faith, it's impossible because we have to believe and come to him. So this is a really nice song. I'm not going to play it for you now, but it's really a young man singing this very nice song about miracles and blessings, and it's on YouTube. So if you're interested in going and listening to that, I would encourage you to do so. I think you'll enjoy it. And I think the big concept for me is like doing our part. And our part is praying and seeking God, because that's how we find him. When you seek me, you will find me. And when you seek him and find him, you find blessings, you find miracles, you find peace, you find God. And I thank you for spending time with me, and I hope you enjoyed what I had to tell you. Talk to you later. Bye.